Welcome to my abode. Welcome. My name is Iman, and I'm doing the Queen's Gambit. I'm very, very excited. And I think I was intrigued when I first saw this, which obviously it's been out for a while. I haven't seen it, but I was intrigued when I first saw like the trailers going around. People were talking about it. It was really positive. There was a lot of positive reviews. No, I think I'm just excited because I heard that this was it's about a girl who is on the spectrum, who presents as autistic. And I forget the YouTube channel that brought this up, but she herself has autism. She's like around my age, probably like 30 or something like that, millennial. And she's just talking about her autism presented as a child. And so, as some of you know, I was diagnosed a few months ago now, and it kind of allowed me to understand my behaviors as a child a lot more. And it was just like, wow, okay, this all makes sense. And then I still have, like, somehow I was able to, well, not somehow, I know how I've been able to like fit in. And that's because I moved so often that I had absolutely no other choice but to completely I was in literal survival mode. Because when you jump from school to school to school to school to school to school to school, home to home, apartment to, let me say it, apartment. I've only lived in apartments like my whole life. So, apartment to apartment, school to school. It sends severe fear into you when you're a child. Imagine if you're like jumping from work to work to work to work to it wouldn't feel so great. It'd feel like this anxiety because you've got to start all over again. And so I was just more of a quiet child. I observed my environment, and I basically picked up on things, and I figured out how to survive. Yeah, how to fit in. And it took me a long time, like truly, because I'll look at videos of myself, and like I think I was like 17 or 18, and I don't know, I'm seeing how childlike I was, and I have more of a childlike spirit still, but my voice was even more like baby-like. So my progression to where I am now is really amazing when I look back at some of those videos, and I may share some of those in the future. Just so it's like, I don't know, I just want to say to other girls out there and guys, like, if you're on the spectrum, you're figuring this out right now, it's a lot to take in. But hey, like, you guys are here, you're very strong, you've been doing this for your whole life. People are not nice, people are very mean, and they don't like when anybody sticks out who is a little different. And that's the truth. I'm a mother. I see similar things going on with my children, and it's maddening because that type of behavior, that bully mentality, will never die. That's something I'm realizing. It doesn't matter how enlightened we may be. There's always going to be people who, believe one thing and they raise their kids one way, and that's how we get this perpetual bully nerd situation, and like bully and it's more than that. It's like the bully is someone who's hurt. They're not getting the attention they need at home. They don't know how to communicate. Maybe they're in more of a physical type of situation with their family, so it's all very loud and very like hands-on. So it's like, it sucks because we're just a bag of Skittles. Yeah, Skittles is a good example. We're a bag of Skittles, and we are all very different, but on the inside we're all the same. So yeah, it's just it sucks because everyone's always at each other's throats, and we don't need to be. We should just like figure out how to like get along. But yeah, I think saying all that is to say, learning about this for myself and being able to maybe mask. I know how to mask a lot. I think we all mask. It doesn't matter if you're on the spectrum or not. We all do it to an extent because it is survival. But what I'm learning recently is I'm just learning to really accept myself, my weirdness, my quirkiness. And I feel like that has been the key to making me feel more relaxed, because you can look at my older videos and I'm pretty sure as time goes on, as I do these videos and I get more and more comfortable within myself, you'll see a real drastic change. And I still think you can see a lot of growth within the last several years. So everyone can progress, and we just have to have opportunities to be faced with. And sometimes we've got to we can't wait for the opportunity to face us. We've got to face the opportunities so that we can hurry up and kickstart our progression, which is life. Growth is life. But anyways, I'm excited to watch The Queen's Gambit. What's her name? Anya Taylor-Joy? I'm looking as if it actually says it. It doesn't. I'm still an anxious person. But there's times where I'm like, I just feel more leveled out. But then I'm like back to like, people are watching me. But yeah, I'm excited to see this and see her. I know we'll see her as a kid, and I'm curious to see if I can relate to anything. I have a lot of memories as a child, and a lot of memories are like popping up for me again. So I'm sort of relearning about myself, and it's fun. It's fun to like think about the little wild child I was. I will have full-time reactions for the show on Patreon. So if you guys are interested in supporting the channel there, I'm so thankful. The links are down in our description box below.
Mademoiselle.
I'm coming. Jesus.
I feel like she either fell asleep in the bathtub, or she was trying to off herself. Did she really fall asleep? Because she drank. Now that's terrifying, to almost fall asleep in the bathtub. She's okay, and she takes something. And there is someone in the bed. Well, she had a fun night. What? Why is everyone looking at her? Because she doesn't have her shoes on? Oh my gosh. If I was in her shoes. She's late. Oh, okay. I thought he was gonna get up and walk away. Damn, in a room full of men, when this is not like a thing that women are like normally doing.
What are we supposed to do with her? Sending someone? It's hardly a scratch on her.
She survived, but her parents died. Oh, okay.
Elizabeth Harmon surveys a troubled future. Elizabeth, 9 years old, was left without family.
My oldest is 9. That's... I hope this place is actually good. She's gonna have a hard time either way because she's around other kids. And that's usually where hardships happen anyways, amongst the students and your peers.
This is Elizabeth Harmon.
You're all a bunch of fucking cocksuckers!
Oh. Jolene.
I got it.
Jolene. They did it for me. Okay, yeah, so it's a bunch of like kids with frustrations.
We have 21 girls here, and they're all just as sweet as you.
Yeah, right.
I think, Elizabeth, you're going to find a much different life here. A better one than you might have had.
How? That's insensitive. So they gave her the haircut. They're taking her identity away from her. Wow, like right off the bat.
Nicely.
That's her. I bet her mom stitched her name.
I think we'll burn this one. Get dressed. We have one
Oh
more
my
stop.
god. Oh man, so she's been taking these since she was 9 years old.
I say the green one's up for the nighttime, otherwise they turn off right when you need them to turn on. If you know what I mean.
No, I don't even know what you mean.
Beth. Jolene.
Oh, she's
Your mama and daddy dead? What's the last thing they said to you before they died? Close your eyes.
Oop.
I don't remember.
Something you might.
Oh boy. Well, maybe she was gonna have a better life here.
Take them both.
Can I have like the ingredients? Can you tell me what I'm taking? She was totally fine. Like she didn't need anything.
You've got to eat every bite. Oh, they'll tell Mrs. Deardorff about you, and you won't get adopted.
Wow. This is like Matilda. That when I was a child, that movie saved my soul 100%.
Whatever this is, whatever you're doing, you're not taking care of yourself.
So she was taking this medication as well. Was she reading that book as a child? It was the only book that survived. I pray to God this guy's good. Just please, 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 Jesus. Please, we don't need any more suffering. Okay, he's good because he teaches her. Okay. And sadly, like we do, I feel like we all kind of judge men and is more on that part. We're just kind of, we think women are more like friendly towards children, but not men. It's like this weird thing. Oh, she starts seeing chess. I feel like I would have some similar, I mean, I'd get fixated on stuff, like on something, and I was constantly doing that game or reading the book or watching the movie or TV show.
Bringing in the sheep.
Whew. I think I want to say one thing. We should stop assuming people are bad. We should start trusting people, because if they haven't given us a reason to not trust them, how dare us?
What's that game called?
It's called chess.
Will you teach me?
I don't play strangers.
Introduce yourself, then you won't be a stranger. Wow. Legitimately, I'm like kind of having like memories of weird things. I would see things really, really clearly like this as well, but it's like I've forgotten because I've like put that away because it was like, that was weird stuff, you know? Maybe it's also the drugs helping her, like.
That one moves up and down, or back and forth, all the way if there's space to move in. That one can only go up.
You better get her on your team. I don't know how to play chess, so.
It's called the scholar's mate.
How'd you do it?
Not today.
Show me.
Not today.
You can't rush it.
How'd you do it?
Is this Ritalin? Like, what is this? What is she taking? Like, is she not sleeping? Is she staying up all night to, like, study? Wow. I mean, it's amazing.
It's called the scholar's mate.
I mean, this is epic. If you're gonna make a show about chess, epic, then you gotta think outside the box, I guess. But this is very cool. I can't wait till she does that to him. He's gonna be like, hell no. Oh, there is something. Playing a real game. Oh.
You resign now.
Resign?
That's right, child. When you lose the queen that way, you resign. It's sportsmanship.
I want to finish.
No.
You've got to finish.
No. You lost.
I mean, he's very like about this is how the game is played. It must be played this way.
You cocksucker.
Oh boy. Yep, kids are like
Get out.
that. They don't realize what these words mean. But he does, and that's disrespectful. Oh, he locked her out. I mean, look, that's how you learn. You don't treat people like that. We gotta, kids get it. This guy's doing it the right way. I like that. I like him. I like that he's like, by the book. Like, that does bother me in some ways because I like to think outside the box. But she needs this type of interaction. Oh boy, here we go. Like, you're 35.
Morning, crack.
What? Hold on a second.
I want to know what a cocksucker is.
The picture in the back of the health book is like a thumb. Girls like to suck on that thumb.
To you?
Haven't tried one yet.
Thank God. Jeez, you're so young. She's like, holy shit, that was really rude. That's it. I got no apology. He was just, that was, this, I'm about to write some notes down for my children. Like, what? Okay. I feel so bad that I judged him. God, why do we do stuff like that? Like, he's way better than the lady who welcomed her in, you know? Like, and I could tell, anyways, right off the bat, like, that person's not a savory, or she is a savory character. Or an unsavory character. Fuck, what is it?
Knight to KB3.
The squares have names?
If you play well, they have names.
Show me.
Not now. Let's play again.
He's a good teacher. You can't learn everything in one day.
Show me.
Oh no.
Golden fish.
Oh God, I hope he doesn't get in trouble. I hope they don't think he's doing something.
I'm playing white?
From now on, we take turns. It's the way the game should be played.
Then how come I couldn't go first before?
Play.
He's like, because you're better than me now.
The names of the squares. I'll teach you now.
Am I good enough now?
To tell you the truth of it, child. You're astounding.
It's probably hard for him to give compliments. Man, I'd be on cloud 9. Got that, like, compliment from him. Someone I really respect.
This is Mr. Gans from the chess club.
Chess club?
We play at a club.
I'm also coach of the high school team.
I can't. I'm having a hard time breathing. I'm nervous for her.
That's made in 3.
Ooh. He's like, wait a minute. Hold on. He's like the teachers.
Mr. Scheibel said you play a few games every Sunday. What do you do in between?
I play in my head. On the ceiling?
He's just like so proud of her.
I've moved my queen to rook 4. Check.
The bishop blocks.
She's bored. Yeah, she's gotta go. Yeah,
Queen takes king's pawn.
no fun. It's not fun
The
anymore.
castles.
She doesn't even have to look at the game. Oh my God.
Made in 3. First check is with the queen. The king must take.
And she knows she's got a photographic memory.
I'd love to tell the kids in the chess club about you.
That's awesome.
How about you stand next to Mr. Scheibel?
No. No.
That's it. Say queen.
Queen.
I'm told that you've been playing chess with our custodian, with Mr. Scheibel. Have you gone to the basement?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, we can't have that. As much as Methuen believes in excellence, we can't have you playing chess in the basement.
Well, then let them play it upstairs.
Where are the green ones?
New state law. No more tranquilizers for kids. Go figure.
God, she's gonna have God, she's just gonna go through withdrawals, right? I was taking Zoloft and it wasn't even that much. Like the milligrams, I think it was like less than. It was like at 35, and it wasn't working for me. So I got off, and I did it like I tapered, and it was hell. So
You having withdrawal symptoms?
I don't know.
You look around. There's gonna be some jumpy orphans around here the next few days.
yeah. Oh right, because she doesn't take them anymore. Or no, she does at night, I think. I don't know if she just stopped taking them completely, or I think she stopped completely.
Harmon. You all right?
Yeah, man.
Do you play the King's Gambit?
No.
It's my favorite.
It doesn't feel good. I was getting some for real withdrawal symptoms, and they were not. It wasn't even this powerful.
Can I talk to Beth? Just for a second. Wish her luck.
Okay, she has some. Damn, she needed
Good luck.
it. No. 2. Oh my God. I mean, drugs are intense and we need to talk about it. Like, they can be helpful. They weren't for me. And I did it as an adult. I did it in the last year and a half ago. And oh my God, so many different people. Woo! I'm getting stressed. I'm remembering high school. Oh Lord. Oh no. Oh no. Who's this 9-year-old little girl? We're gonna have to play her.
Do I start now?
With board number 1.
And then I go into the next one?
That's right.
Come on, girl. Come on. She doesn't even get a seat. Oh, so it's like...
They can't respond until you've opened at every board.
Oh. Man, this is gonna be excellent training for her.
What surprised me was how bad they played. They left backward pawns all over the place, and the pieces were wide open for forks. A few of them tried stupid mating attacks, but I took care of them.
I mean, this is
Mr.
awesome.
Gans told me I beat them all in an hour and 20 minutes. It felt good.
Oh, I'm glad she's able to spend time with him still.
You should get back.
You can have the rest.
God, I pray for this man. I pray. I am so worried. God, my judgment earlier is even like weighing heavier on me because we need to stop projecting our own like experiences on other innocent people. I mean, she's gonna get in one of these days. Oh, he has those keys. So her addiction is gonna get the janitor in trouble.
As for me, I have found another king.
I can't believe he's drinking alcohol. I didn't realize he was doing that. Oh my God, the music. This is so like Tarantino. I love that. Like, it's like candy. Damn. Beth? Oh my god. She's literally eating it like it's candy.
Elizabeth.
Oh my god. That's how we end this, huh? Oh my gosh. Music is beautiful. Oh my gosh, I don't know where to start. I really, really, really enjoyed this episode. It was so perfect from the start to finish. Just being able to get the story unravels little by little. We get to know more about Elizabeth, and at first I was like, oh, she lost both parents in the crash. She must have had a better life before going into the orphanage, and then you find out her life was much darker. Honestly, and this is gonna sound dark in a way, because it's crazy how life happens. Well, her mom was being selfish because she was going to kill both of them. She was making that decision to kill both of them, but she was saved in that. It wasn't. Her mom wanted to go. She did, and clearly she was suffering from a lot of different things. Who knows what? But to take your child with you, who has no say in the matter, that's horrible. But she survived, and it seemed like she had a better opportunity here because of Mr. Scheibel. If he wasn't there, then it would have probably been shit on both ends of her life spectrum. But having someone that could see her potential, her strengths, and how she was astounding, and he was a good man, thank God. And then she needed him to kind of get to the place that she was supposed to be, finding her purpose, which is clearly doing this chess and showing. Honestly, I feel like people who are gifted, some people who are gifted are not going to like what I'm about to say, but I really believe people who are gifted are here to show what the brain is capable of and what all of our brains are capable of. I think if we started young and you get, and educate yourself, learn, you can become a prodigy. And some kids are more, the brain is different, everyone's different, but I truly believe that we are capable. And I think that the structure, the guidance, the discipline to nurture that in children is not an easy job, because we're all really, really busy. So, and then our parents were really, really busy, because my parents, single mother trying to work, barely had any time to give me. And what can she do? She's an immigrant, she's trying to survive here without her family or her parents. She had her brothers here. They're trying to survive. Some of my uncles are homeless at the time, before I was born. So it was just, you don't know people's circumstances or where they come from and why they are the way they are. And I think when, especially immigrant families, they know to come here was to come to allow their children to be the best that they can be, really. Because I truly believe most people are intelligent, and because everyone's brain is there to, it's a journal, it's a memory. We have all these memories, we have all these pathways in our brains, but a lot of us, we abuse ourselves with the things we put inside our bodies, the things we don't do, physical activity, just getting oxygen to your brain is so much help for so many ailments, and just even, coming down from like an anxiety attack or any feeling nervous. It's just like, but how the hell do you have time unless you're a wealthy person? But then there are parents who, they found it. They found whatever it was that was within them and was like, I don't care. I'm going to have to work 1,000 jobs, but I'm going to give my children the life I didn't have. And they sacrifice themselves, literally sacrifice. And so that's when you hear about those families. I like Ben Carson comes to mind when I think of that, like a kid who came from a really difficult background, but his mom believed in him, and I don't know the whole story, but I'm assuming probably gave him books and just different things, encouraging, saying, you are, and this is what parents are supposed to do. We're supposed to give our children life, not only physical life, but emotional and spiritual life. Tell your children they are worth it. They're smart. They can learn. When they act up the way that she did, even though she didn't know what she was saying, you give a just punishment. I felt like that was just, very just. She was safe. What Mr. Scheibel did, like locking her out, not letting her play her favorite thing, because kids have to have boundaries, and it's hard when we don't show them boundaries early on. So I understand. So I grew up in a place that I grew up in the Bay Area, again, single mom, grew up with my uncles and moved so many times, had different babysitters, very like, when am I going to see my mom? And I remember just being a kid, being very alone in my head and feeling extremely different. But, and I had all these thoughts, but I didn't have the communication skills at an early age. I started reading quite early, and I was always ahead of the group in my reading. My reading was always high, and thank God for school, because I was able to access so many books I probably wouldn't have read, like The Hobbit, Where the Red Fern Grows, The Hobbit, especially because I grew up from a Christian background, and that type of stuff was not good to read. Harry Potter, all of that. So as an adult, I've never read Harry Potter, but I'm starting to read a little bit of it and introducing my children to it. And it's just like, people don't know, man. Like it's not easy. It's not easy for kids. And yeah, I think once I started to get the language down, I always had an extremely active and vivid imagination, and I was very, I was fixated on animals. I loved horses. That's kind of that big characteristic, I guess. But I just loved them. I loved to draw their body. I loved just the way that they looked. They're strong. They're beautiful. They're fast. I was also fast. I still like to run. I'm pretty fast still. And I just, again, I believe that I was also very good at language. I picked up on languages very easily. I took Japanese in high school, all A's, all the time. But in my other classes, I was struggling. I would skip my classes in high school and go and read manga. So I kind of, if I like something and it intrigues me, I give it my all. And I loved Japanese class. It was amazing for me. I did fantastic. But when you're not, my family is just, they were suffering, they're surviving in survival mode. So I didn't get all the attention that I needed. So I was alone a lot. And so it was in my head. I had all these thoughts. Thankfully, I started to read, and then I started watching movies, and then my world grew bigger, and my imagination just kept growing. My physical, I was always very physical. I was, again, always fast. The kids would be like, hey, when in the apartments, if we had a new kid would come and move in, they would go, literally, the kids would all run. Like, we're like between 7 and 9 years old. They would run to my apartment and knock on my door like, Iman, there's a new kid. You gotta come. you have to race him. Like genuine, it was, and I was just this really awkward, like skinny, like thing. And I would just go, I would walk over and I wouldn't really even say anything. I just like, okay. And then it was always boys that was racing. And so they'd be like, okay, you start from here to here. I swear to God, I swear this would happen. They would knock on my door. This happened many, many times. And every time I would win, every single time. And everybody was like, wow. And it was just like, it's funny to think about. It makes me, it's nice to think about your childhood. You know, there's still, some of us had really tough ones, but there were still moments that I think were saving for us. But yeah, my parent, my PE teacher in second grade, and he in third grade was just like, you got to get on the track team. You got to get on into sports. You have to do something. But they were too busy with their own stuff too. So I was never, I never played any team sports. I never was pushed to do anything. And so the one thing my mom did do was get me a lot of books. That was something. And the books that I liked, like learning about sharks and all, dogs, cats, horses. Again, I loved snakes, lizards. I wanted to know all about, I was into Dr. Dolittle. That was a thing for me. And I remember just wanting to, and the wild thornberries, as I got older. And I loved animals and just thought I could talk to them or whatever, just like relate to them. Yeah. And, but yeah, it's just like when you're not, so the point where I'm trying to get at is we all have gifts. We all have these capabilities, but sometimes the people in our lives who are supposed to take care of us and really push us aren't able to fulfill that duty because, well, they've got their own stuff going on. So I'm not bitter about it anymore. I used to be. But yeah, there's a word for it. I wasn't taught. I wasn't pushed. I wasn't encouraged. It was like, not, it's Iman. How could she be special? Or, hey, it was Michael. How is Michael going to be special? Hey, it's the other kids. And we have our own shit to deal with. We can't even make rent. But we all are capable, and that's my belief. And if you're parents, take your kids, hold them. It's hard now because they've got the devices and these things have a hold. But I know that everyone, even adults my age and older, our brain can form, we can build new habits, and we just got to do mental exercises, reading. It's hard for me. It's been hard for me to get back into reading. I stopped reading. Lots of, life happens. So I was going to say, not to make this, I made it about myself. I'm sorry, but I relate to this. I can relate quite a lot, not to the aspect of being like a prodigy though, like that. No way. And being like playing and it's just, that's her playing chess is just amazing. That whole thing with the one school dude guy, the school teacher, whoever he was, and him being like, sweet Jesus. This is a lot. Yeah, so I can see that her life, although she's going to be this prodigy and great at chess, her life is going to be really crazy, really crazy. She's going to have to go through so many hardships, and this is my theory, just from the moment we meet her as an adult, like she's a mess, right? She's just a mess, and she's still addicted to those pills, and she'd never had a normal childhood. She probably, who knows what's gonna happen, moved around, probably was gonna meet some bad guys and get hurt there, and yeah, I mean, it's a thing. I was so naive as a kid, but I was also very aware because I just saw things that other people didn't see and other children didn't see. It's just like I saw real life at an early age, and so it's, yeah, Yeah, just kids know. Kids are intelligent, and we should stop patronizing them and level with them and really be like, this is what's going on. If I made a mistake, I'm sorry. I'm doing better. Stuff like that. Anybody appreciates authenticity. So, but yeah, I think she's going to have a really tough time. And so that's going to be hard to watch. It's going to be awesome to see how she grows and how gifted she continues to become, and especially with chess. But yeah, this shocked me. I thought again it was gonna be more whimsical and happy-go-lucky. It wasn't, but it's really good, and it's made me think of my childhood. I'm wondering if anyone has similar thought processes. Like, do you feel like you can relate in some way? I mean, some people could have been adopted. Some people could have had loss of parents, and we all go through life in different ways. Were you ignored? Were you neglected? Were you abandoned? Like, we all have our little thing, right? And so I always say, try to find your child self, because she's still there, he's still there. Find it, find them. They're there. Listen to the voice, and come back and live your life. It's not over. Life's not over yet, man. Not as long as you're still breathing. I don't know if we'll be chess prodigies, but that's okay. There's other things to do in this world. But yeah, I'm excited to continue this show. What I'm probably going to do, and this is the best way, and this is what I'm learning with myself, is allow myself to have time to just watch one episode probably in a day, maybe two, but if maybe I'll watch it again later on. But I want to give my all. I want to be able to hear what I'm watching, pay attention, figure out the conversation, and picking up some of the topics that pop up, and I want to talk about it at the end. I just want to give. They took the effort that went into making this show. I want to give that same energy back. So I don't want to be okay, I'm going to watch this and I'm going to watch this. I'm going to watch this. As much as I would love to binge, then that doesn't help me take in the source material and really do it justice, because people spend time creating this, writing. It came from a novel. So that already is a big deal. And then it's now TV show, and the acting and the music and the lighting, and I want to take my time. So the way that these will pop up on Patreon, it will probably be kind of sprinkled throughout the month, so it'll be there. But I just want to kind of do a few shows at a time and a few movies, but not feel like I've got to finish everything. I just want to give my attention to one thing, really, and do it justice. So I hope that makes sense. Anyways, this was great. Thank you so much for watching with me, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye, everyone.